So here's my Jeff Grosso Santa Cruz deck. I'm actually about to grip it right now, so I'm gonna have a little video on how I personally grip decks, especially the old school ones. I always like to leave the logo open and start with grip from here down and then grip here to the top. This time around though, this is a 10-inch wide one, so it'll cover these wider old school decks. But a normal one that you find in a skate shop, you can see in my previous videos, you'd have to lay it across in order to cover the entire board. But I actually got this 10-inch grip tape. So that's going to actually cover the width perfectly. The tools that I always have is definitely a file. Now these are very inexpensive at Home Depot, but I feel like this really gets the edges nice and crisp. Of course, a razor. What I like to do before gripping a board is I'll have a shop towel specifically, and I'll wet the end and then just give it a wipe down real fast, just to make sure there's no residue or anything like that, any dust. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the grip tape. I always do the tail first. I'm gonna take the grip tape and I'm gonna start on the pre-cut straight end right here, go outward, and then when I cut it, I'm gonna start with this pre-cut end, because this is straight, to line it up here with this end, and then when I cut this and then line it up with this pre-cut end, to me it saves a lot of time. It's quick, easy, and you're gonna get a straight cut. So what I'm gonna do here is actually line it up with the back end. I'm just gonna scratch a line right there. So I know that I'll have extra room and everything, and it's going to cover the tail end. You know, like I said, the pre-cut side, I'm gonna start right here. So, and I'll start right here and just start pushing. So I can try to get all the air bubbles out. With me, I usually have air bubbles anyways, but you know, just take a razor and kind of pop into them. And because the tails on some of these old school boards are just flat, you don't really have to worry about the concave. What I like to do is I'll put my thumb right here and just start to work where there's a little bit of the outline of the deck. I don't push too hard, just firm enough to where it bends a little bit. And ready to do the top. I'll leave it right here, and I'll just cut the extra right here. Just make a little mark. Razor upside down, of course. I won't peel the whole part for the front of the board, just because it's such a long sheet, and it winds up, when you're trying to line it up here, it winds up sticking up here, and then you gotta fight it and everything. So what I'll do is I'll leave it halfway on, set it right there, and then now I'm going to see if I can line this up as good as I possibly can. Alright, this looks pretty good right here. I'll pick this up once again and just start working. So I'm going to start pulling this. There we go. Alright, so I'm ready to file. Now what I like to do is I'll find a table, and I like to put my weight on it just to keep the board from shifting. On top of that, I always go a clean scrape, and not grinding it, because grinding it will cause it to be uneven. Or if you come here and just cleanly scrape it. It'll make a nice line. Definitely want to push firm so you get a nice clean line. There we go. So I got the outline right here. All right, so now I'm ready to cut it with a razor. And what I'll do is I'll start from a corner, but you know, you can start pretty much wherever, and I'll start to just go and then just a nice clean swipe. You know, I'll wind up with lips like this, but just come back and there you go. It just takes care of it. The thing I like to do is push up a little bit on from the outline, cut it cleanly with a razor. Now here's my flaw right here. Pretty much I didn't cover it, but it has a nice shape to it. So I'll actually start right here and then just work my way. Sometimes I'll go to the side when, you know, my wrist can't rotate anymore or I just don't have enough room. So I'll scoop it outwards so I could just, you know, start here and not get caught or anything like that. All right, so I got that gripped. Everything looks good. I'll take a piece of grip tape and of course just sand that down so there's no rough edges sticking up. Another thing I like to do is I'll actually put it on a piece of carpet or anything and actually just step on it. Just work back and forth because it'll actually expose some more air bubbles that you might have missed. Do a final air bubble check in the light. See a couple. Now to poke holes in the grip tape, I'll just take a bolt, push it slightly, because if you push too hard, you'll actually bring up the grip tape, and just push it ever so slightly. So you can see it coming through there, and I'll just push down. There you go, perfect hole, and there you go, you're finished. Hopefully I helped out with how to grip the old school boards and leaving the top graphic and everything. I'm no professional, so it's not perfect, but this is skateboarding. You shouldn't stress out about it too much. Just skate it, thrash your board, and have a blast with it. Peace out.